Hello there, fellow Wallalo warriors, and welcome back to the ZeroEmpires Invitational Round 4. This is game number 2 between Spring and Monsieur Tatillon. As we know, the score currently stands at 1-0 to Spring, and Spring being the number 1 seed in this tournament, that is an expected result from the first one. This, however, is game number 2, different game, different play, I don't know. And we have Spring up to the north of the map in the blue here, playing as the Magyars. Down to the southeast of the map in the green, we have got Monsieur Tatillon, and he is playing as the Magyars as well. And this map is a golden pit. Oh yes, fantastic map. It's Gold Rush with a pit in the middle instead of a flat surface or even a slight hill in some cases, which does make defending the center area, which is the primary source of gold in the late game, a little bit more of a challenge. But civilizations being Magyars does mean that we have got two very good, very strong rush civilizations. And Magyars do have, I believe, one of the best scout rushes in the Forgotten at any rate, because they're of course not in AOC, so how could they have a better scout rush in AOC? God, I swear, I am so ridiculous sometimes. Sometimes I need to think before I open my mouth. But yeah, I mean, the Magyars are fantastic. They get the free I think it's free attack or defense, but you know, let's just check the civ, right? The scout cavalry, the light cavalry, and the hussar, they cost 10% less, and they get the attack upgrades for free, forging, iron casting, and blast furnace once they build a blacksmith. So that makes the combination there of the cheaper scouts and the blacksmith upgrades for free. It does make the scout rush from the Magyars extremely strong. That early extra +1 attack on the scouts will reduce the amount of hits you need to kill a villager by 1. So that means that you will do a lot more damage with those scouts just by getting that extra 1 attack bonus from the blacksmith, and that is entirely free. So that saved you 100 food. And that means you can then spend another 80 food on a scout, which does mean that they have a fantastic scout rush. I mean, not even 80 food because they're 10% cheaper anyway. So it would be 72 food, which, as I say, just makes them a fantastic rush civilization. And then, of course, the switch into archers will come later. And after that, I mean, I'm not too familiar with the Magyars after the feudal age, because most games I've watched with the Magyars don't go much further than the feudal age, to be honest with you. They make a fantastic feudal civ war map, and civ even. And I'm almost hopeful that this game will be a long feudal war, because they are some of the most entertaining fights and games you will see. So I'm going to speed things up slightly, and I've got to say, I mean, before I started recording, the playback speed on normal was perfect. As soon as I switched OBS on to start recording, I started, my game slowed down a bit, and I wasn't too happy with that, so I'm going to put it on slightly faster speed here, as these guys are in the Dark Age anyway. Rushing could be a possibility, but with such a strong scout rush, I'd say that the Magyars probably benefit more from simply just doing a fast feudal and doing a scout rush from there. I think a rush would be a little bit pointless as the Magyars, to be honest with you. I mean, yeah, I'll leave it at that. Monsieur Tatillon getting in his second boar. Spring the same at the moment. They are fairly neck and neck. Monsieur Tatillon slightly further behind in his villager production. Both of them have got loom at this point as well, and we'll take a quick look at their maps. In the meantime, Monsieur Tatillon has got a decent wood line here actually. A palisade across here would help him to secure this gold, and that would be really useful to him because it is slightly further out from his TC. His wood at the front is not ideal. I mean, that is not a very well placed lumber camp because this stone is blocking a lot of that lumber, and you may end up getting villagers walking around to this side, and it's going to be easy for Spring to hit that. Maybe back here would have been slightly better, but again, not ideal because Berry is blocking the wood there as well. But at least the berries will be going faster than the stone. But yeah, I mean, Monsieur Tatillon's map, not perfect, let's be honest. But look at this. He is going forwards with 4 villagers. Maybe going to see something rather interesting here. I don't know, but Spring's going to walk straight into these villagers, and he knows what's up. But Spring as well, sending a villager forward, but only one single villager this time, as it looks like he is, well, he had a palisade wall here. I don't know if he was perhaps intending to do a tower on this tree line, but Spring knows that these villagers are coming forwards. He's almost up to the fuselage, and he's got a barracks coming up at home now as well, so he's going to know this attack's coming in, and he should be able to prepare for it. Monsieur Tatillon, once again, slightly slower up to the fuselage here. He's on 80% now as Spring goes up. And there's the nice Magyar/Slavic architecture set coming into its own. I like the buildings, they look fantastic. So stable up for Spring, expected there, and he is taking stone on the front as well. So I've got a feeling this is going to be quite a fun game. There's the watchtower on the wood. We could have expected that one miles away. And the forward barracks from Monsieur Tatillon. We will see a forward archery range or stable. It's going to be an archery range. Interesting decision, actually. Interesting decision. Nothing wrong with going archers, of course, but they will be challenged quite heavily because, I mean, I don't believe he'll go archers straight away. He's going to struggle getting gold. So that means that Monsieur Tatillon will be making skirmishers, which, as we know, die incredibly quickly to scout cavalry, which, incidentally, is what Spring is making right now. Tower going up here for Spring as well, second one in a defensive location, making sure of course that he can secure this stone. That's really crucial. If you're being tower rushed and you lose access to stone, then it's very difficult to build counter towers in that situation. Monsieur Tatillon though is adding in some spears here as well, which is actually really quite a good decision to make, because these scouts will be a pain in the ass for him as they start to get higher in numbers. But Spring with that watchtower there should be more than enough for now to push this back somewhat. And Monsieur Tatillon taking a big risk with this forward, because this could be very easily walled up by Spring here. And Spring now coming in with the scouts as well. Gonna be, of course, looking to clear up these scams where he can. If he can. Micro properly, dude. There we go. Taking out the scouts, sorry, the spears. But Monsieur Tatillon getting a couple of easy kills there. And Spring really losing quite a lot more than necessary. Wow. Adding in some militia as well. He's just getting every unit out that he possibly can. But of course these militia and these scouts are going to be fantastic at dealing with the skirms, and the militia will counter the spearmen as well here. So Spring in a pretty damn good position at this stage. Monsieur Tatillon has got the score lead though. He has been pushed away from this wood, and he has moved to the back, which is expected. But my concern for Monsieur Tatillon at this stage is that he's got no military left, and this forward is in a very well, bad position at this moment in time. Spring is probably going to get a couple of villager kills here as well. Monsieur Tatillon going to lose one or two. I mean, he is getting those villagers involved though, which is probably the right thing to do, because Spring only has militia here, and these villagers will take those militia down in a one-on-one fight. However, they're quite weak, and, well, Spring's just chasing him down. So that's two villagers down, or sorry, one villager down already, two more to go down. Definitely going to lose that one, and this one as well. Three villagers down from Monsieur Tatillon, and Spring, well, I think he's probably going to end up cleaning this up fairly soon. Continue to add in some, well, I thought he was adding in another tower actually. That was Monsieur Tatillon, but that's the problem. If Monsieur Tatillon loses these villagers, then once again he is in a terrible position, because how is he going to keep building these towers? How is he going to keep this forward alive? That's the real issue. And Monsieur Tatillon as well, running back to base now, but it looks to me like this tower going to get quite a lot of damage done on these villagers. Is he? No way. Wow, Monsieur Tatillon losing that villager there to the watchtower that Spring put up in a forward position. That is a little bit ridiculous, if you ask me. So at this stage, 31 pop for Monsieur Tatillon, 30 for Spring though, and I don't know what he's really been doing to get behind in the population count. Monsieur Tatillon, in fact, actually ahead in score at this stage, and I don't know if Spring has just left his TC idle or something, but surprisingly, Monsieur Tatillon actually in a decent situation at this moment in time. And like I said, that is rather surprising. Spring taking quite a lot of stone though, bear that in mind. Monsieur Tatillon not really taken that much stone yet, so most of his economy has gone into food and wood, which is much more effective, I would say, in the feudal age than taking purely stone, or 5 villagers on stone. So, problem is now, Monsieur Tatillon on the defensive, and Spring coming in with some scouts. They are very weak though, and they will die extremely quickly to any arrow fire or anything like that. About the game here though, the actual game itself, it's kind of jittery on normal speed, don't you think? But when I put it on fast speed, it seems to run really smooth. It's very, very odd. I'm not sure what is causing that, because it was fine before I started recording. So very, very strange indeed. Spring then, what's he doing at this moment in time? Has he got a blacksmith up yet? No, he's not. He's not taking advantage of that. And he's continuing to take a lot of stone here. He's not even walled up this archery range or barracks, so something tells me he's not taking this game all too seriously, and maybe we'll see something ridiculous out of him very soon. A couple of scouts coming over as well to join these two here. That makes a total of 4. And he's going to try, maybe, and get some villager picks. Monsieur Tatillon, though, actually really turtling up quite heavily back here. Starting to really build in around his TC. Try and keep these villagers safe with walls and whatnot. And towers, of course, as well. Spring's still got this forward villager, funnily enough, and he's keeping that alive. And I'm just, a little bit concerned at this stage that Monsieur Tatillon is not really going to be able to make too much of a comeback from this position. Now, if he goes up to the castle age, then he might be able to pull something off. You know, maybe he could start making some knights. Maybe he could go into crossbows or something. Because really, Spring not doing a whole lot of eco damage. The only real villagers that Monsieur Tatillon lost were the ones that he sent forward. Other than that, Spring's not really hit his economy all too heavily. One villager down here, of course, that was purely accidental. But these scouts, not really too effective for now. Whether or not that will change, we will soon see, because Spring bringing them in and may get a villager kill or 2. He's still not got a blacksmith though, which means no +3 attack, only the +2. Will he get a villager? Ah, yes he will. He's going to get 1 at least here. And I'm surprised, really, that he's getting away with this. What is he doing? No! Go! Oh, wow. Wow, I eat my hat. Wow, I really thought Spring would have got that villager there, but no. Seemed to get blocked by the other ones, and he's still trying to focus them down, but he's not got a single villager. I don't know how he's not managed to get a villager here. And now, of course, these spearmen are coming in. Scout cavalry for Spring just getting cut down where they stand. Not a chance in hell that he's going to get away with that. There's the blacksmith from Spring though, and there's the +3 attack now instead of the +1. But really, Spring's not made these scouts very worthwhile at all, and it's rather strange. He's continuing to build watchtowers though, which is quite amusing, even with stone walls around him to keep his villagers safe. Should get that one up in time, not a problem for him. And Spring now also up to the castle age as he adds in a second stable, which means we'll see knights from him very, very shortly. Monsieur Tatillon still not up to the castle age yet, though he may be up very soon. Spring just walling around this tower here to make sure that it stays safe for now. And we get to see the nice Slavic or the Magyar stone wall there, though it's not completely built, so that's rather sad. I do like the walls in the Forgotten Empires as well. Seems like, though, this tower is more than effective and going to push villagers off of this gold, which is quite significant. Monsieur Tatillon, 25% to the castle age, and he's starting to take the gold in the centre now. Quite a few spears out for him, actually, which is probably a good thing, because Spring is almost up to castle, and he is going to be going for 3 stables here. And, well, he's got enough gold income and food income to sustain that. I would be surprised I wouldn't be surprised even if we just see Spring make 3 knights at a time and skip out a second TC or anything like that. I mean, the game is well in his grasp at this stage, and there's the knights coming out now. Will they kill the spearmen? Of course they will, probably very quickly as well, as these guys have +2 attack now absolutely free, and the first armor upgrade coming in for them as well. So Monsieur Tatillon trying to wall himself into this gold. Spring not going to bother with that at all. Those stone walls are simply not worth it. But he will just head straight into Monsieur Tatillon's base and go for the eco kill. Go for the big kills in the back. And, well, what's that? Monastery, even. I was going to say church. That's a church, isn't it? A church for Monsieur Tatillon going up there. Going to get some monks out by the looks of things. But all I can say is good luck getting the gold. He has got 300 in the bank. But this gold here is not going to last for long. Spring putting up a tower already on that gold there. And that will force Monsieur Tatillon away from the gold once again. Which is basically the end of the end for him. Monk goes down and yeah, Spring's got this one now. I really feel like Monsieur Tatillon is going to have too much of a difficult time pulling this one back. And there's the GG from him. Spring going to take it 2-0. But like I say, I mean, that's pretty expected stuff. Spring, of course, the #1 seed. Monsieur Tatillon, the #8 seed in this tournament. And Spring making it look too easy at this point in time. I only hope that whoever he faces in the coming rounds will give him a bit of a challenge, as that would be rather disappointing if he just walks through the entire tournament unscathed. Anyway, though, guys, this has been the first set of games from round 4. Like I say, I will be covering every single game in the ZeroEmpires Invitational from now on. So thank you very much for watching once again. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and as usual, I've been Zach. I will see you next time.